guys, it's Billy and Bonsai, and thank you for watching my Navigating Reality videos. I hope this knowledge is beneficial to you and your life, and to empower your consciousness and energy into creating the desired reality that you are creating. And this video, I want to talk about personal resonance. And this is a scientific term that's based upon the personal vibrations that we all experience in our mind, in our consciousness, that we then see in physical reality. So if you think of your personal reality, everything that you see, we used to live in a way where our environment and everything outside of us told us how to feel and what to do. It kind of was the way that we gauge reality. We were watching a movie and being so absorbed in it that it's kind of like when we go to a theater, you can observe a performance and a drama and a reality without being so invested in it and taking things so personal, but just enjoying the experience of it, of the human drama, of the journey of self-exploration and examination. Once that is realized and you start to try to make sense of the outside world, what is creating it, how is it being created, then you start to dive inside and realize that parts of you are creating your personal resonance because you are resonating with it. You wouldn't be seeing anything outside of you if it first didn't exist inside of you. And the things that exist inside of you are thought forms, or what I like to take a personal spin on, so it's a little bit, your perception of thought forms is much more deeper, is that they're voices. And these voices that we hear in our heads, they are called thought forms, but they're also voice figures. And so if you think about it, each voice or thought that you hear in your head, they're elemental figures. And you're resonating with what you hear in your head because that is what you are programming in your subconscious, in your consciousness, with the power of your conscious state and your subconsciousness. So once you realize that, then you can look at your movie that you're creating as a divine director and realize that what you focus on becomes what you see in your movie. What you habitually rehearse and script and write in your script is what you see in your personal resonance, in your field of quantum potential. So then you become aware of what do I think? What voice figures am I attracting? Am I receiving in my astral domain? And is my domain protected from lower astral entities of negative thoughts and emotions and beliefs? Or do I have a strong enough astral protection of my subconscious state that I'm protecting it, so I'm not allowing any negative thought or belief to exist in my consciousness, because I know every time I focus on it, it creates a new mental state in my subconscious. So then that personal resonance is a accumulation of all the programs that you have in your consciousness, whether you are aware of it or not. And waking up from the outside is kind of realizing that you are in a movie, but then realizing now that you're the one creating the projection of this movie, your personal resonance, by all the different programs that you agree to in your mind. And so that's why the personal journey to enlightenment is happiness and joy, because you're getting rid of anything that makes that not happen, that limits you from that, which are these voice figures that we allow in the mind in terms of negative thoughts, beliefs, which then turn to actions. And the way that this energy manifests in our reality is that, like, thoughts are like electricity and your emotions are like magnets. So you manifest from these emotions, and whatever emotion that is the dominant trait or thought that you have in your mind is what you experience in your physical reality. And for me to keep a conscious awareness of what state am I trying to attain in a more conscious daily presence, is I have a dominant question or statement, which is, how can I find abundance in this moment? And so whatever I experience in my journey, in my reality, I have this dominant statement in my head. So then whatever I feel think, and do, I'm always trying to express this dominant statement, because that's a state or a vibration that I'm wanting to discipline and create for myself to then experience in physical reality. And it takes a lot of training and practice to become aware all the time. And I'm still working that all the time. It's not perfect in every moment, but having that dominant vibration in my consciousness is very helpful to keep me aware of the state of being that I do want to experience in my personal resonance, because it is me. And the more that I can keep that personal resonance in a personal place of seeing abundance in every moment, or love or peace, then there is no evil or limitation that can stop me, because that's my one-pointedness of mind. And that's the idea of oneness, that you become so focused on a certain state of being rather than being affected by everything outside of your environment, that you then work on your own personal resonance, what you attract in terms of voice figures, and then how to protect your consciousness, your energy, your divine feminine from these limited voices, that we then start to protect and build courage and strength to conquer them, so then we can heal our altered self. That thing creates less of these parasites, these voice figures that keep us out of this state of peace and abundance and love that is a natural state. And that's the idea of your personal resonance, is being aware, what personal resonance do I want to experience in my physical reality all the time? Because then when a moment comes where you have a lot of passion or reaction to something outside of you that makes you feel very emotional, you then have a dominant trait or dominant vibration, such as, how can I find abundance in this moment? Even when you feel crazy, then you can stop, contemplate, and then and then bend your energy to a one-pointedness of thought and belief and action that then helps you to maintain a more specific reality than being affected by everything else. And so I highly recommend having that way of one-pointedness, of one way to direct and bend your energy to your will, rather than have things affect you and not know what to do with it. Even though the whole thing is not to fight with it, but to allow it and then alchemize it with a auto-suggestion of a new vibration. And then that's what keeps us pure and safe from limited thought and belief. And so I hope that information helped you to better understand how you can be more aware of your personal resonance and vibration, and how you can look at your reality as your basically your way to gauge how you're doing, and gauge how your reality is either staying consistent with your will or being manipulated by maybe things outside of you. And I'm really excited to share this information with you, because this is going to be a further discussion in a new workshop that I'm presenting as the symbolism in Star Trek, to then better understand how we can build a character, a new empowered state of being with the knowledge of empowering our consciousness and energy by building specific skill sets in the mind to then protect our energy with this one-pointedness of thinking, then builds a character that is strong, courageous, and powerful, and eventually the pioneers and the thought leaders and inspirational creatives that leads humanity. And so I'm really excited for this new workshop that I'm developing, and I'll discuss more, but this is some of the content that I'll be sharing and working on that I'm really, really excited to create and share with you along your journey toward peace and love in this new state of consciousness and being. And thank you again for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe to 58 on YouTube and click the alert button for future videos. And please join the 58 membership to support this mission and to create content to empower your life.